Hey everyone, welcome back to the Strategy Room Variety Hour. We're here with Ben Carey from Lifehouse, Dr. Leslie Faerstein, Executive Director of Musicians on Call. This is one of the charities that the band is working on, and the Director of Band Philanthropy from the Hard Rock Hotel, Annie Balliro. Balliro.
Cool. What's up?
Balliro.
Balliro. It's all good.
I'm doing so well with names up until that point.
From Hard Rock International. That's a nice blanket statement. So thanks for having us.
Thank you. So Annie, I'll start with you because I know the band's about to perform at the Hard Rock.
Yes.
How did you find Musicians on Call, and how did you come to team up?
Well, a lot of what we do at Hard Rock International is a very collaborative effort. So we work with all kinds of incredible, iconic musicians, and then so many different philanthropic partners. We always like to say what makes us different is rock and roll, but philanthropy is the true soul of our organization, and no better physical representation of both Ben and Dr. Faerstein being here. A lot of our philanthropic partners are very strategic, so we always try to find a way where we can work with a wonderful music-based, typically, organization, and then we always find these wonderful artist ambassadors, as Ben and the rest of the guys have so graciously given their time and their talent and their passion for what they do to really, truly help bring the message about. So it's really about awareness, fundraising, and if we can really bring a cause to the forefront and help create sustainable change within what the current topics are, it's really, really important for us. And we're just so honored to work with Ben and the guys from Lifehouse and Dr. Faerstein and Musicians on Call. It's just such a wonderful overall cause for us to support.
That's great. And so, Dr. Faerstein, you're the executive director. How did you come to form Musicians on Call, and tell me a little bit about the charity itself.
Well, I wish I could say it were my idea. It wasn't. It was two young music industry guys who were taking musicians to Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital here in New York to play in the recreation area. And one night, patients were just too sick to get out there, and the staff asked if they could bring the musician back to the room. And when they did that and saw what goes on between the musician and the patient, they said, we've got to start a nonprofit that only does that. And so that's how Musicians on Call was born. And we only do room-to-room performances. We don't do general common area concerts. But they realized very early on they needed somebody who had two things. One was a healthcare background. Everybody was in the music industry. And the other was somebody with maturity because everybody was under 30. So it was a nice transition for me. I come out of mental health care and healthcare.
Okay. And so what's it like for you making that transition, going from a healthcare background to now working with these musicians and these charities?
Well, it's been fantastic. I've been exposed to music that I never, ever would have been exposed to at work. We also do CD pharmacies where we send out hundreds of boxes of CDs with hundreds of CDs in them and Discmen to hospitals. And my staff comes over and they go, like, put this on your iPod. You got to listen to these guys, So it's been terrific. But I do a lot of work with the healthcare. I'm kind of the liaison because I do go into the hospitals, set up the programs,
And so how long have you been with the charity, and how have you seen it develop from beginning to now?
Well, I've been with it. It'll be 10 years in July, so I've been with it since the beginning. I was their first executive director, and we had one program at Memorial. We now have 33 weekly programs in New York, Philly, Nashville, and Miami, where we have two chapters in Nashville and Miami. So we're on the move. We're growing. We're going to be opening other chapters cross-country in other cities. And it's so exciting to see what we've been able to bring to patients who are just too sick to get out of bed to hear any music or to really do anything.
And now, I know the charity itself is called Musicians on Call, but this particular event is called the March on Stage. Tell me about March on Stage.
Well, March on Stage is, well, that's the Hard Rock Initiative.
Okay, cool.
And
so do you mind if I take that one? Is that cool?
Right.
All right.
Ahead.
So March on Stage is a global program that started as all of our great philanthropic initiatives, where it started with one location, actually in Europe, that started doing music every Tuesday during the month of March. They worked in a charity. All of a sudden, it started to take on a life of its own, and now it's a global program that we engage through all of our Hard Rock cafes, hotels, and casinos. What's very cool about it, it's iconic and developing artists, so you can come to any Hard Rock around the world, check out hardrock.com, because there's going to be a show, if not several, in any market. Here in the U.S., we're benefiting Musicians on Call, which is fantastic, and I would be remiss not to point out this pin, which is actually, tomorrow night is the launch of this pin. Proceeds from this pin actually are going to benefit Musicians on Call here. We also have another program overseas, which is called Streets to Sanctuary, which is benefiting another charity in India, so our overseas partners will be activating that. But again, if you can't make a show, you can't make it to Lifehouse, which I think is terribly sold out tomorrow night, which is amazing, or any many of the other markets, you can support Musicians on Call and be part of the program by purchasing this pin at Hard Rock or hardrock.com. So March on Stage really is a way for us to engage. We call it making noise. We just love the idea, and that's kind of what we're doing here today. We just really want to raise awareness for some really great causes like Musicians on Call and really provide a place so that everyone wants to do good right now. Times are still really hard. Everyone says the economy's on the up. I still know so many people, and there's just so much darkness out and about. So if we can provide a little sort of ray of light and a way for people to engage and help others and therefore help themselves with these wonderful ambassadors, we're just so thrilled to do that.
And are all the shows happening tomorrow at all the Hard Rocks around, or do they all have different dates?
A lot of them are kicking off. So we have the wonderful Darius Rucker.
Right, on Wednesday. I just want to say that I'm so grateful to the Hard Rock. This is the third year in a row that we've been their official charity for March on Stage, and it has done so much to bring awareness to Musicians on Call and the healing power of music. But we're thrilled because Wednesday night, Darius Rucker in Nashville is doing the kickoff there. And I think that concert's also sold out at this point.
Yeah, so we're doing good. And there's a whole lineup of different artists. And again, with Lifehouse really taking the lead and being the first artist ambassadors in our posse to step up.
We're really looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Actually, Bryce and I went up to the Hard Rock last night. To
Should we do that off air? Talk about that visit?
We went
on air. We want to hear it.
Yeah, we just went up. We wanted to go for a walk in beautiful New York City. That wasn't snowing for a change, and we went up there and checked it out and had a look and saw all the stuff going on. It looks cool. We're really excited.
Very cool. And there's a lot of other ways too that we're supporting Musicians on Call. So we're talking to Lifehouse about a memorabilia donation, which in turn will make a donation to Musicians on Call in exchange for the memorabilia. So there's just so many ways. And again, a wonderful sort of shout out to the Lifehouse guys for kind of taking the bull by the horns and just being like, yes, we want to help, and we can't wait for their hospital visits. And when you really talk about the healing power of music, I mean, there's no better sort of representation of what that is than Lifehouse. So we're just so honored to have them as part of the program.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And Ben, how did the band come to find the charity?
It's something we feel pretty strongly about. We're privileged enough to travel the world and see how music touches people all over the world. Not only sick people, but happy people, sad people, angry people. Music has a spot in everybody's lives, I feel. I mean, we as a band feel. So being able to go into a hospital, into a place that may not necessarily be the happiest place on earth, and bring a little bit of a smile to those people that need it, the look on the kids' faces, it's what makes it worth it for us, So it's I think it's a privilege for us to be involved. We're really excited about it. We're stoked to start off tomorrow to kick it all off for you guys up there at the Hard Rock.
We're stoked too.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. But I think more importantly, down the track for us too, we want to jump right in and do as much as we can for these kids. If we can get, do what we do. We since I was this big, we been playing the guitar, and the fact that I can get it in front of these kids and people that need the help and give a little bit back means a lot to us.
Oh, I bet. And how many songs are you going to be performing at the Hard Rock tomorrow night?
I don't even know
Roughly.
that.
Hundreds.
We're going to play all the records from start to finish.
It's a chronological adventure.
Yeah. The peak of the show will be the new record. It actually comes out tomorrow. I think we're going to do a little bit off all the records tomorrow. It's a really, really great place for us to be. We have a lot of music we're excited about playing, especially with the new record. We've been playing the old songs for a little while. We're going to give you guys a sneak peek of a couple of the newbies and a couple of the old ones too. A little bit of everything.
Very cool.
So maybe, I don't know, how long is the show? Hour and a half or something?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll play it by ear. You never know.
You play until someone yanks you off the stage.
Yeah, play till they tell us to get off.
Annie, that'll be your job.
Yeah, no problem. Whatever. We'll be here for 4 days. No problem.
So where can people go to find out more about March on Stage and about Musicians on Call?
So probably the overall umbrella would be pop on to hardrock.com. You can learn more about March on Stage. We also have a direct link to Musicians on Call, which is also musiciansoncall.org, right? So you can go either way. And then also for Lifehouse stuff, we have tons of Lifehouse stuff up on the site. And we always like to say all is one. As dorky as that sounds, you could click on any of our sites, and a big part of this is true collaboration. So, we're all kind of one posse here, just trying to do some good in the world. And
it's a worldwide push, right?
Yes,
to help these kids and stuff.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
So what are some of the other, are there any other events coming up for Musicians on Call that people can keep an eye out for?
Well, if they keep watching our website, they'll see what's going on. We are having Darius on Wednesday in Nashville, and we're working on our 6th annual benefit concert and auction, but we're not sure of a date yet or the headliner, but it'll be on our website.
And all of the March on Stage dates with all the different incredible artists that are graciously donating their time and talent. So you can just log on to hardrock.com and check it out for the listings.
Great. So Lifehouse is already sold out, but you can go onto the Hard Rock's website or to musiciansoncall.org to find, maybe you can get a slot in some of the other shows that are coming up.
Yes.
And Ben, where do we keep an eye out for you guys to see where you're going on tour so people can try to see you there?
Yeah, we're about to hit the road with Daughtry. We have a 3 or 4 month tour coming up we're really excited about. You can go to lifehousemusic.com and check that out, or Lifehouse at MySpace and Facebook. And all the tour dates will be posted. And I need to go there myself because I have no idea where we're going.
All right, so I can't tell you where they're going to be, but you can find out for yourself at lifehousemusic.com. And let's bring the guys on and get a little sneak peek at some of these new songs we're going to see here on Smoke and Mirrors. It's their 5th album. It drops tomorrow. Get it.
Commercial.